Hello and welcome to the Mostly Mike Show. This is a video that you've all been waiting for. That is, if you happen to be wondering how to polish out nicks and scratches from your camera lens. But seriously, who doesn't find that kind of stuff exciting? You can watch me attempt it right here in this video. It doesn't get any more exciting than this, so let's roll. I was filming another remodeling segment of the new channel headquarters, and while unscrewing my Hero 9 with the Max mod from my construction tripod, I suddenly lost control of the Hero 9 and watched it fall to the concrete below. Naturally, it landed right on its very pronounced convex lens, causing me to react accordingly. Fudge! Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word. The big one. The queen mother of dirty words. The F-dash word. Yeah, I say it sometimes, shocking as it may seem, but yeah, it happens. Anyway, if you like lens flare, then this is your lens. When you point it toward the sun or any bright light, it gives you a shit ton of lens flare, which we all know and love. So why would I want to fix it? Because it sucks, that's why. Now I'm going to tell you up front that this is not a tutorial for how to remove nicks and scratches from your GoPro lens. The Mostly Mike Show accepts no responsibility for injuries to further damages to your camera by replicating what I do in this video. I'm just showing you how I did it. So if you choose to join me on this magical journey, then subscribe immediately before you proceed and click that thumbs up button. I watched many videos showing methods on how to do this, from hand polishing to the unspeakable, which is what I'm going to attempt. That's right, we're going to use a rotary tool, or as many call it, a Dremel. Mine's not a Dremel, but it's exactly the same, only different. I'll start with a cone-shaped polishing head assisted with some buffing compound. This compound comes in 5 different flavors depending on what you're polishing. In here we're obviously working with glass, but none of these compounds that I have are made for glass. And this is where it gets a little funny, but don't laugh just yet. While I would guess that glass is harder than most any metal that these compounds can handle, I want to start with an abrasive that won't slaughter my $120 lens. A compound that will only caress it and massage my lens in a gentle way that only a mild abrasive for softer non-ferrous metals can perform. I whispered a few sweet nothings in my GoPro's tiny little microphone and began to caress and polish the lens, starting in the middle and working my way out in a circular motion, paying close attention to how the lens reacted to my moves. And the first thing that I noticed is that the semi-reflective coating on the lens was starting to erode. Realizing now that I was at the point of no return, I proceeded faster and harder like anyone would do, right? Because who needs that coating? Keep in mind, the alternative to this is to send it out and pay a fortune, or deal with the custom lens flare filters that I mentioned earlier. The friction from the spinning head melts the compound and makes it stick to the polishing head. I kept polishing for about 15 minutes, noticing desirable results. I alternated between the soft metal and the ultra-fine polishing compounds. It actually was starting to look surprisingly decent as I gave a sigh of relief. That was definitely quite a drop that this thing took. And I'm having to manual focus this, so I'm kind of rotating it in the light to give you a little bit better idea of how good that thing actually buffed it out. Now, whatever the coating is on the lens, you can see there's dimples. There's about 4 dimples in there. But I got them pretty well buffed out, and if I move the camera back, you can definitely see that the lens looks pretty good compared to what it was. And there it is from the distance. And from there you can almost not see any of, like there on like right against that one reflection on the far end here, you can see one of the dimples. But it actually didn't do too bad, and I think if I spent more time on it I could probably get it to go perfect. But I think for all intents this is gonna work for what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not taking this to the Academy Awards or anything. Time to point it at some bright lights and perhaps the sun to see if the nicks are still noticeable. Yeah, there's still some, it almost looks like I got a drop of water on the lens, but for the most part, it's not doing too bad. I still might hit it a little bit more. Of course, being my own worst enemy, I can still spot discrepancies, as a lot of you probably can as well. Okay, maybe all of you, but you gotta admit, It's definitely a lot better than it was before. I still might try buffing it some more, but at least I achieved something a little more stomachable, as you can see in the close-ups. I hope that you enjoyed this video, found it somewhat useful, and got a few laughs. Please drop a comment below and tell me about your lens polishing adventures and the sweet nothings that you whisper to your GoPro. I can't wait to hear about them. Thanks for buffing with me today, and I'll see you next time.